Let's talk about the math of content creation. Right now, the standard operating procedure for a solo founder or creator looks like this. You block out 4 hours, you stare at a blinking cursor, you write a paragraph, delete it, check Twitter, write it again. By the time you hit publish, if you even hit publish, you've burned half a day on a single asset. I don't do that. I spend exactly 15 minutes on a first draft. And to be clear, I'm not talking about generating generic robotic garbage that sounds like a Wikipedia article written by an intern. I'm talking about high authority, voice-matched content that sounds exactly like me. The difference between your 8 hours and my 15 minutes isn't talent, it isn't creativity, it is purely a protocol. Today, I'm going to show you the back end of my content system. I'm going to break down the 5-layer engineered prompt protocol I use to generate publication-ready drafts that actually respect my time and my audience's intelligence. First, we need to address the elephant in the room. Most people believe that using AI for writing creates a quality ceiling. The common narrative is AI has no soul. It can't replicate my expertise. It sounds robotic. So you have two bad choices. One, you do it the old way. You write everything manually, burning out your creative energy on structure and formatting. Two, you do it the lazy way. You type a basic prompt, copy-paste the mediocrity, and ruin your brand reputation. Here is the truth. AI is a mirror. If you give it generic inputs, it gives you generic outputs. The problem isn't the technology, it's your instructions. You are asking a supercomputer to write a blog post about marketing and hoping it reads your mind. That is like hiring a contractor to build a house but refusing to give them blueprints. Of course the result is a mess. The 15-minute protocol works because we stop treating AI like a magic wand and start treating it like a junior employee. We use engineered prompts. These aren't one-liners, they are stacked layers of logic. 1. Context, who you are, schema, structure, research, the meat, criteria, the quality control, and formatting, the delivery. Here's the time breakdown. 3 minutes assembling the layers of the prompt. 2 minutes AI generation, 10 minutes human editing and polishing. Total 15 minutes. Let's build the stack. The first reason your AI drafts sound like a robot is that you haven't taught the AI who you are. Every single prompt you write needs to start with the context block. Think of this as the user manual for your personal brand. You do not write this every time. You write it once, save it, and paste it at the top of every session. My context block is about 300 words long, and it contains 3 critical data points. 1. The voice profile. Do not just say, be professional. That is vague. You need to define your syntax. Are your sentences short and punchy? Do you use specific slang? What words do you never use? For example, I forbid the AI from using words like delve, unlock, or paradigm. 2. Expertise markers. Why should the reader listen to you? I am a SaaS founder with 10 years of experience. I prefer bootstrapped systems over VC funding. Give the AI a worldview. If you don't give it a worldview, it defaults to the average of the internet, which is boring. 2. Audience context. Who are we talking to? Burned out solo founders who are skeptical of gurus, junior developers looking for senior advice. When you paste this block first, you are priming the LLM. You're telling it, forget everything else you know about the internet. For the next 5 minutes, you are me. This is the highest leverage asset in your content business. Build it once, use it forever. Now that the AI knows who is speaking, we need to tell it how to speak. The biggest mistake I see is people asking for a blog post. A blog post isn't a structure, it's a container. You need a schema. A schema is a rigid structural outline that forces the AI to stay on track. If you don't use fences, the AI will wander off into fluff territory. For example, if I'm writing a comparison article, my schema looks like this. Section 1, the verdict cable. Give the answer immediately. Section 2, the use cases. Who is this for? Section 3, pricing breakdown. Section 4, pros and cons, bullet points only. If I'm writing a tutorial, the schema changes. Section 1, outcome statement, what will we build? Section 2, prerequisites. Section 3, step-by-step instructions, numbered list. And Section 4, troubleshooting. I recommend you build a library of the Great 7. These are the 7 standard formats you use: comparison, tutorial, resource list, ultimate guide, problem solution, mythbuster, and case study. Create a schema for each. Now, when you have an idea, you don't stare at a blank page. You grab the tutorial schema, paste it in, and you're 40% done. This is where the magic happens. This is where the 15-minute timer usually gets eaten up. Most people try to get the AI to write the content. Stop doing that. AI cannot hallucinate your life experience. It doesn't know about that client call you had last Tuesday. It doesn't know the specific revenue numbers from your last launch. Layer 3 is the research input. In this section of the prompt, you dump your raw materials. I literally type, "Here is the research and key facts to include." Specific stats: 80% of founders quit in year 1. Source, 2024 Creator Report. Personal stories: mention the time I lost a client because of bad onboarding. Opinions: emphasize that cold email is dead, LinkedIn DMs are the new standard. You are acting as the architect. You provide the bricks, the facts. The AI acts as the mason. It arranges those bricks into a wall using the schema we defined in Layer 2. This step takes me about 5 to 7 minutes. I look at my notes, I grab my links, and I bullet point them into the prompt. I'm not writing prose, I'm just listing ingredients. If you skip this step, the AI will make things up. If you include this step, the AI becomes an incredibly efficient ghostwriter that cites your data. We have voice, structure, and facts. Now we need quality control. In software development, we have something called acceptance criteria. A feature isn't done until it passes specific tests. We apply the exact same logic to our writing. If you don't set constraints, AI defaults to being verbose and boring. Layer 4 is where you act as the editor-in-chief. You paste a list of non-negotiables. 1. Scannability. Every section must include at least one bulleted list. No paragraph can be longer than 3 sentences. 2. Formatting. Bold the core concept of every paragraph. 3. Depth. No surface-level advice. Every claim must be backed by a why or a how. 4. The ban list. Do not use the words unlock, revolutionize, or in today's digital world. This is your safety net. By defining what good looks like before the generation starts, you save yourself 20 minutes of editing later. If the output comes back and it violates one of these rules, I don't rewrite it. I tell the AI, you failed criterion number 2. Rewrite section 3 with shorter paragraphs. Force the machine to do the work. We are at the finish line. Layer 5 is the friction remover. How many times have you generated text, copied it, and then spent 15 minutes fighting with WordPress or Notion to get the headings right? That is wasted time. Layer 5 tells the AI exactly how to code the output. Output in Markdown format. Use H2 for main headers, H3 for subheaders. Wrap key takeaways in a block quote. If referencing a link, use standard Markdown syntax. The goal is the copy-paste test. I want to be able to highlight the AI's response, hit Command-C, go to my CMS, whether that's Ghost, WordPress, or LinkedIn, hit Command-V, and have it look perfect. 0 formatting fixes, 0 spacing issues. When you dial in Layer 5, you eliminate the administrative tax of content creation. You go from draft to scheduled in seconds. Let's review the math. Layer 1, context, 0 minutes, it's already saved. Layer 2, schema, 1 minute, copy-paste from your library. Layer 3, research, 5 to 7 minutes, bulleting your specific thoughts. Layer 4, criteria, 0 minutes, already saved. Layer 5, formatting, 0 minutes. You hit enter. 2 minutes later, you have a draft that's 85% done. You spend 5 minutes adding your final human touch, tweaking a joke, sharpening a hook. Total time, 15 minutes. The 15-minute protocol isn't about laziness, it's about respecting the craft. By automating the structure, the formatting, and the first draft, you free up your brain to focus on the only thing that actually matters, the insight. Stop staring at blank pages. Start engineering your output. Now I want to hear from you. Look at the 5 layers: context, schema,
research, criteria, and formatting. Which one is the bottleneck for you? Which one do you struggle to define? Comment, context, schema, research, or whichever it is. I read every comment and I'll use that to decide which layer to deep dive in a future video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that asset drop. I'll see you in the next build.